Hey everyone, welcome to the second stage of the Bioterminal Classroom series, the Bioterminal Classroom with ArduPi. So in this video series, I will explain you how to use ArduPi on the Bioterminal. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the video. At first, let's look at what ArduPi is. So ArduPi gives you a brand new programming experience with the combination of Arduino and MicroPython. So the MicroPython uses the Universal Arduino API to control the hardware so that it can be quickly compatible with new platforms. So using ArduPi, you can use Python to verify ideas quickly, learn Python programming and learn open source hardware. So currently ArduPi is supported by Bioterminal and Arduino Xiao. So this is the Bioterminal and this is the Arduino Xiao. So in this ArduPi series of the Bioterminal classroom, I will be using the Bioterminal to play around with ArduPi. So now let's jump into using ArduPi on the Bioterminal. So at first we need to burn the ArduPi firmware into the Bioterminal. So to do that, we need to enter the bootloader mode on the Bioterminal. So connect the Bioterminal to your PC via the USB connection and enter the bootloader mode by following these steps. So we need to slide down the switch from off position to on position first, and then slide the switch further away from on position, let go and slide again. So this step, sliding further and letting go, sliding further and letting go, you should do it as quickly as possible. Otherwise, it won't enter the bootloader mode. So you should see a drive named Arduino like this if you have successfully entered the bootloader mode. Next, we need to download the ArduPi UF2 firmware. So to download that, let's go to this URL first. So I will give a link to this URL in the video description so that you can also download this. And we need to copy this and paste it inside the Arduino drive. So paste it here and you will see it gets disappeared, and if you check again, it has appeared again. So as you can see here, the drive name has changed from Arduino to ArduPi. So if you can see the drive name as ArduPi, that means you have successfully flashed the ArduPi firmware into the Bioterminal. So after you have flashed the ArduPi firmware into the Bioterminal, it's better that you reset the Bioterminal. So to reset the Bioterminal, you can follow these steps. So first, slide down the switch from off position to on position, and then slide the switch further from the on position and let it go. Now let's run our first Python script on the Bioterminal. First, let's go into this ArduPi drive, and once you go into that, you will see a main.py file. So to open this file, you can use your favorite text editor such as Notepad, Microsoft Visual Studio Code, Sublime Text or Atom. So in my case, I will be using the Microsoft Visual Studio Code. So I will walk you through how to download the Microsoft Visual Studio Code. So go to this link first. I will attach this in the video description down below, and then download for your operating system. So I'm using Windows, so I download for Windows. And then open the installer, accept the agreement, next, choose the installation location, go next, and I will be selecting these options and select next and install. So now we have successfully installed the Microsoft Visual Studio Code. So let's finish and go back to our ArduPi drive and right click on this main.py file and select open with code. So now we are inside the main.py file using the Visual Studio Code IDE. So the main.py file is the default Python script, and this does not run when you turn on the Wire terminal. However, when you make changes to this .py file and save it, the code runs instantly on the Wire terminal. So now let's write a simple Python code to blink the built-in LED on the Wire terminal. So as I write the Python codes for this example, I will be explaining you the Python basics as well, so that you can have a clear understanding about what's going on in the code. So first we will be using modules. So a module is a file containing Python definitions and statements. So a module in Python is similar to a library in Arduino. So let's include the time module first. So import time, that's the time module. So include time module, and then we will use from machine import pin map. So what this will do is, this will include these two functions, the pin and map functions, from the machine module, so that you can use these functions inside the code. So include pin and map functions from machine module. So now we will be using the ping function from the machine module. So the ping function is a built-in calling methods to configure the GPIO of the connected hardware. So you can simply use the physical pin map of the device that you are using. So when using the pin function, it takes this format. So this will set pin 3 as an output and set it to high. So in our code, we will write a variable LED. So actually in Python, when you write a variable like this, you don't have to define like Arduino, because in Arduino you need to define as integer or string or any other data type. So equal to pin, so that's the pin function, and write map. So map is also a function that we call from machine. So what map will do is, that's also a calling method to easily access the board peripherals. So you can access pins such as A0, UART1, YO key A, and so on. So these definitions are the same as using Wire terminal with Arduino. So if you remember in the Wire terminal classroom series with Arduino, I have explained to you these pin definitions when using with Arduino. Next we will write dot LED built-in. So that's the map function, and this is how the built-in LED is defined. And let's set it to output. So pin dot out, set built-in LED as an output. After that, let's write a while loop. So a while loop repeats a set of instructions based on a condition. So as far as the loop returns the Boolean value of true, the code inside it will keep repeating. So when you write a code like this, while true, so that's the while loop. So all the codes that we write under the while loop will keep on repeating. So first let's turn on this LED. So LED dot on. So that will turn the built-in LED on. And then let's add a delay. So this is adding a delay. So what a delay does is it pauses the program for the amount of time specified as a parameter. So in our case, we will write time dot sleep 1. So 1 means 1 second. So this will delay for 1 second. So if we write it as time dot sleep ms, it will be milliseconds, and if it's time dot sleep us, that means it's microseconds. After 1 second, let's turn off the LED, the built-in LED. So turn the LED off, and then let's add another delay here of 1 second. delay for 1 second. So now what we need to do is we just need to save this file, and once we save it, you can see the built-in LED on the Wio terminal starts blinking. So as you can see, you can easily upload the Python codes to the Wio terminal using the file explorer. So we have gone into this ArduPy drive and opened the main.py file, written our codes inside this main.py file, and just save it to run the codes on the Wio terminal, which is very convenient. So I have explained to you what the main.py file does. So this does not run on boot up, as I have explained to you before. So it only runs when you save this main.py file. However, if you have another file, let's duplicate this and rename it as boot. So this is boot.py, and if you create another file called boot.py file, so you open it. So this is the same as main.py file because we have duplicated the main.py file into boot.py file. So if you have the code inside the boot.py file, this script will be executed when the device boots up. So let's turn off the Wio terminal now. Let's turn on again. And now you can see the LED starts blinking. That's because we have the code inside the boot.py file. So let's delete the boot.py file. Turn off the Wio terminal and turn it back on. And as you can see, the code is not running now because the boot.py file is not present inside the drive. Now let's look at how to use REPL with Wio terminal. So what is REPL? So REPL stands for Read, Evaluate, Print and Loop. So it is an interactive console-based programming environment in Python. So basically in REPL, you write the Python commands, and after you write the Python commands, the code will be evaluated, and then the results will be printed according to your Python commands, and will loop back to the first step. So this will keep on running. So in this way, you'll be able to see instant results as you type codes on the REPL environment. So we normally use REPL to help learn and experiment with APIs and libraries, also to interactively develop working code with instant results, rough out ideas and explore problems, and also print out help for methods and objects in Python. So now we will open REPL through PuTTY. So PuTTY is an SSH client. So let's go to this link first and download PuTTY. So I'll be downloading this for Windows because I'm on Windows. And let's open the installer and go through the installation wizard to finish installing PuTTY on your computer. And finish. After that, open PuTTY. Now connect the Wio terminal to your computer. After that, you need to find the COM port and the serial baud rate of the Wio terminal. So to find that, let's go to Device Manager and go to Ports, and here is the connected Wio terminal on COM4. So double click this, and if you go to port settings, you can see it's 9600 bits per second. That's the baud rate, and the communication port is COM4. So here on the PuTTY client, I will choose serial because the communication between the Wio terminal and the computer will be a serial communication. And I will change this to 4, COM4, and the baud rate I will keep as 9600. And let's go to appearance and let's change the font size to 16 because the font size 10 will not be that visible, so 16 will be fine. And then go back to this and let's open it and press enter here, and now we are inside the REPL environment. Let's test this by writing a simple Python line of code. So print hello world press enter, and you will see hello world gets print out inside this environment. REPL can be very useful to check software API information. So before I have talked about these functions pin and time. So if you type pin dot and press tab on your keyboard, it will show all the functions that are available inside the pin function. Also the same applies for the time function. So now I will show you that. So now let's type from machine, that's the machine module, import pin function. So if we type pin dot and press tab on the keyboard, you will see all the functions that are available inside this pin function. If you import the time module, import time and type time dot and press tab on your keyboard, it's going to show all the functions that are available inside the time function. So in this way, it will be very easy to check the software API information through the REPL environment. So now let's try to display hello world on the bioterminal LCD screen by writing our Python codes inside the REPL environment. So let's start by writing from machine import LCD. So here what we are doing is we are including the LCD function from machine module. So when you type your text after the hashtag, that text becomes a comment. After that, type LCD equals LCD. So this is to initialize LCD and turn on the backlight. After that, let's set the background color. So LCD dot fill screen, then LCD dot color dot black. So here we set the background color to black. Set background color. After that, let's set the font size. So LCD dot set text size and set it to 4. Then let's set the text color to green. Green. Finally, let's draw the text string on the bioterminal LCD screen. The position will be 0x0y location. And press enter, and now you will see hello world displayed on the bioterminal LCD screen. As I have explained to you before, when you type Python commands inside the REPL environment, the commands get executed as you press enter. So let's try it out. So let's set the text color here. Set text color lcd.color.red. So we change to red, and then let's run this command again. So we can bring back the command history by pressing the up arrow key on the keyboard. So by pressing the up arrow key, you can go back, and pressing the down arrow key, you can go front. So let's find this, the draw string, and press enter. Now you can see instantly the color changed to red. So that's it for this video. If you guys like this video, please give a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay updated with us. So see you guys in the next video.